Greetings, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Very exciting to be a part of Maximoworld 2023. And I'm here again, Julius Smith from the Dallas area Rapid Transit, the CIO. I've been a Chief Information Security Officer as well, Deputy Chief of Operations in the Department of Defense, and also I'm a retired combat veteran as well. And so I've been tracking assets for a very long time. Don't mind the, you're probably wondering how old is that guy? Well, I shaved off all the gray hair, so you won't know. But let me start by talking about the Dallas area Rapid Transit. I'll talk about that today. And then also some highlights from the implementation and how fabulous this journey has become. So DART, we are Dallas, we are affectionately known as DART, and we have a large area, a large footprint that we cover. We provide public transit services throughout the North Texas region. I'm talking about 700 square miles of space. Another important point that we like to highlight is we have the longest light rail system in North America. So if you think about those assets, which it comprises 93 miles of light rail, across the Metroplex, the longest in North America. So they're assets that we have throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And also we are moving passengers in the excess of 220,000 riders per day from day-to-day activities, events, etc. And to make it all happen, we have nearly 4,000 incredible DART employees. So our business line stretches across the entire Metroplex. So our system, it gets you around the area. It comprises of a lot of different modes of travel. Again, light rail, commuter rail, paratransit for our citizens that have mobility needs, as well as we have an extensive fully certified DART police force with a DART vehicle fleet in our asset inventory, ticket vending machines throughout the system. We have over 350 kiosks all over the region at station platforms, as well as ticket validators on all the vehicles. I could be here all day talking about the vehicles and the OT that's on the vehicles as assets as well. So we have a very robust business line. The ecosystem is extensive, it's kind of complex. And throughout that, there are facilities all over the region, warehouses, and also facilities in the excess of 70, 75 throughout the system. So now about the project. The project, it was a journey. Back in 2000, DART, they implemented SPEAR and operated in that environment for just over 20 years. So back in 2015, our organization did an assessment to see where we are, because that system, it was noticed that it was not meeting the objectives of the business. The business objective, we were looking down the road, modernization, to bring in data, single source of data, which I'll talk about soon. So we had gaps, and these gaps existed. They were functional gaps as well as technical gaps. So the legacy system did not complement what we were doing in 2015 and where we were going in the future. So we finalized a contract with Interlock. And I like to highlight this, Interlock Solutions, because for us, this was not just a vendor-client contract. We were all about going into a partnership with a vendor of expertise that could help us get into the future and get to some best practices for our organization. And I like to note on our timeline here, if you see, after we went into our contract, we had our kickoff meeting in 2019, but the bulk of the project took place during COVID-19, the pandemic. So we had to overcome challenges there, but I can tell you, looking back on it, and I can look back on it now, it was exciting. It was exciting. Myself and others, we were in the office every single day. We've been in the office every single day since the pandemic. Most of the tech folks have went remote. but the Interlock team, they were lockstep with us the entire time during the pandemic to make sure that we met and overcame challenges and that we together as partners, we delivered. So our partnership, again, we leverage Interlock Solutions because of their extensive experience, and they understand our vision and they align with us as well, and we reciprocated that. Now I'll tell you that we had to come to the table several times to make sure that the business understood what the tech could do for them, and to get the mindset changes from the limitations of what they knew before in the legacy environment, what life and work could be in our new environment. So we leverage the expertise of Interlock Solutions, their extensive Maximoworld experience, also certified IBM Gold Partner, all the great accolades, and most importantly, which I was very excited about, the mobile capabilities. So some of you may be considering going to the cloud and probably wondering, why did we go to the cloud? Well, coming in, I designed a strategy to remove legacy systems throughout the enterprise. And in this instance as well, at DART, particularly technology, we have a cloud-first strategy. And the cloud-first strategy helps us to optimize not only work, but our return on investments and also efficiency, et cetera. So we went cloud-first, and that's where it makes sense versus coming on-prem. So we increase our reliability. I can tell you from go live, which July of 2023, it marks our year go live, we're excited about. We have had 100% uptime in the cloud. Testing and robust backup and redundancy of data. Efficiency and productivity across the workforce. Cost reduction, because we didn't go into the data center with equipment and setting up our data center and servers, et cetera. We were able to optimize our cost reduction, which in turn allows my CEO in strategy to come to me and say, hey, I want to scale up, I want to scale down. I want to do this, I want to do that. And I can do that in Maximo, in the cloud, because I have that flexibility. And I'm very, very excited about that, how we can scale up and down, the scalability of it. My favorite part of the project, and I have two areas, this is one, the mobile solutions, the mobile environment, all about putting in the hands of the staff what they need to make things easier for them to get the job done. We have launched over 340 great DART technicians. They utilize mobile. We're scaling up right now to get over 1,300 technicians in the field with mobile devices so that they have real-time data, real-time access to all the applications, and also inventory. They can assess warehouse needs. And as mentioned before, we have considerably reduced the time involved of doing an inspection out at on a rail track on the other side of the Metroplex or under a bridge or tunnel, doing an assessment, having to go all the way back into to the office downtown or around the Metroplex, sit in front of a desk in a desktop, look up a part, write a report, do an assessment, talk to folks, and then go back out there and recheck, double check to make sure that they made the correct assessment. With the mobile environment, and particularly we're leveraging Interlock's mobile former, our folks, they're able to do all that out in the field, communicate back and forth, access all the applications. It's very exciting. And what I like about it too, if for some reason they're in a tunnel, and we have tunnels in our system, and temporarily lose connection, they can still work. They can still access their applications. They can still get things done on the device. And then when they come back out and they have connectivity, everything's instant, real-time information loaded for them on site and those back at fixed station. So we have really enjoyed the mobile application, and we will continue to scale up. State of good repair and the single source of truth. State of good repair has been, it is a transit requirement. And at DART, we factor that in our operations. And so state of good repair, we continue to manage that, and combined with Interlock's SGR application, we have been able to automate in Maximo state of good repair because it's basically the life cycle requirement, life cycle replacement for our critical assets around the system and in our administrative facilities as well. So we are very excited how we can stay on top of state of good repair. Another part of our strategy was to ensure that we had solid data, clean data, but data that was centralized in one location. And Maximo does that for us, that we have all of our data in Maximo. Very good for us. We've gotten away from the legacy system and also the external legacy system. And that is folks working on spreadsheets outside of the old Spear, working their numbers over here. With Maximo, everything has to go into Maximo it's a single source of truth. So we're very excited that Maximo provides that for us, and we'll continue to move forward and to continue to educate why that's important. Safety, risk, and compliance. We definitely leverage Maximo for that, for our compliance to our federal regulators. We in transit, particularly DART, we report to the Federal Transit Agency, also at state level as well, and other federal organizations on our safety and our reliability, security, to meet all the needs of the citizens so that they know that we have a safe transportation system. And what that does as well, it puts it again in working with Maximo as well, that we have that and remain compliant. All projects that sometimes have some type of complexity, we were able to integrate Maximo into our ecosystem, but into Maximo, we integrated the vertical lift module. Our vertical lift module, it provides efficient warehousing. Instead of a room like this having shelving and stocking all the way to the ceiling, all the way around, the vertical lift module is automated, it rotates up, it's efficient for the staff in the warehouses, and it's integrated into Maximo as well. So we love it. It's been great. The vice president over there for all of our warehouses loves it, and recently ordered more VLMs to integrate into Maximo. So it's fantastic. And along with this integration and the complexity, we took the parts catalog, the electronic parts catalog, and automated it into Maximo as well using Docomodo. And again, if you think about it, for efficient warehousing, inventory, technicians in the field, a technician can be out in the field and check parts, the parts inventory that they need while they're out in the inspection. It's communicating through Maximo back to the warehouse that maybe this part may be pulled, we need to do a replacement. So it's very thorough. And another component that we have that communicates to Maximo is ticket vending machines or a bus validator to validate tickets. So if there's an issue with that, either device, it will communicate to Maximo and start a work order for us so that it alerts technicians and also potentially a part for the warehouse. So this integration was complex. A lot of work went into the integrations and also the transition of the catalogs into Docomodo. So these are my observations right here, and this is, as I like to say, I'm gonna provide some Smithology here. The project observations, 3, organization change management, continuous stakeholder communications, and training the workforce development. So Terrence, you talked about leadership. This was critical leadership for the project from DART and Interlock. The OCM, critical, very important. Organization change management, leaving a legacy system to a new system. That has to start before the project begins and is continuous. And the leadership component as a CIO, in which I came on this project after it began, noticed that I needed to continuously communicate with our business owners, the interlock leadership, together, individual, to keep them engaged, to let them know they're part of the success. Here, I would tell myself, back up, I need to be quick to listen and slow to speak so that I can hear what they're saying and they can feel like they're heard and we can move forward. And then so we continue that continuous communication, and we train the workforce on site through virtual and also recordings we uploaded in our learning management system. And now we're starting our reinforcement training that will go all year long, around the clock for all shifts so that we reinforce their training with Maximo. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for engaging me today. I'll say that the DART initiative to improve our asset management was a journey that we're still on. And we leverage Maximo to make it happen and partner with Interlock. And also, I like to say, we just hit our 40th year anniversary this month, building our infrastructure across North Texas, assets everywhere. And what we see the future is for asset management, Maximo, DART, Interlock, making it happen, going forward so that we can continue this modernization process. So thank you. I'd like to let you know that my team and I are here, and also the incredible people that help us get to this point in the journey at DART, Interlock, and all of our partners. We thank them so much, and thank you all for having us. Thank you.